I still laugh about it and tell stories about it. Were you there when we dumped those rocks on those fucking stupid adventurers' heads? That was good.
There were so many magic items in that cave. So many.
You're
I don't
lying.
know about that. I'm pretty sure there were none.
There were 3,
False.
actually. 2 potions and 1 actual honest-to-God magic item. Like
I
a
don't know.
wondrous item.
You're not giving us magic.
Aren't
Potions.
So you help to get Griagro established here. And over the course of your dealings with him, they're always... he's speaking to you predominantly through telepathy.
Uh-huh.
Which is unsettling at the best of times. But you get the sense that you've helped to establish a powerful ally in the region, but one whose well perhaps you should not drink from too often.
Yeah. Wendy generally wants to be the one to talk to him, though, because she's trying to work out some stuff.
Adrex would think it's kind of cool after the initial shock. Like, he, I'm thinking and he can hear it.
Adrex spends like the next month of his life, and wherever he goes, like, hey Gregor, can you hear this?
I think that's part of it, but it's also like Adrex just starts thinking of random numbers just to see if Griagro will say them. I was thinking of 34, you're right.
He just starts thinking of really gross shit to see if he can get a reaction out of him. What's Wendy trying to figure out?
Wendy is essentially just trying to, having gotten the opportunity to see essentially through a different means, and also having no eyes at the moment. Wendy is trying to figure out if she can like learn some new sort of sense that could be of use.
How coy is she being about this? Like, does she come right out?
Oh, very
and discuss
little.
this?
Oh, but Wendy is absolutely asking questions.
Okay.
Is
Like,
Wendy
it's not
capable?
so much like, hey, can you teach me? Like, is that this? Because that's not really how Wendy learns. It's more Wendy asking pointed questions like, hey, if you do this, can you do this? Like, she's trying to work it out for herself, but she wants as much help as she can get.
Wendy, through these conversations with Griagro, as you're going back and forth making deliveries and helping him get things together for the cave, you learn a great deal just about Illithid society, how it operates, what they eat, how they reproduce, all of these things. And, I mean, I imagine Wendy, she's very open-minded as to who is a person and who is a monster, considering she travels with a kobold and a hobgoblin, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You've never heard of a creature that subsists like this. I mean, orcs rape and pillage and raise the land, but they're still generally people, in a sense. Gregory's people eat brains, and they grow giant pools of tadpoles to reproduce. This is in like this huge pool of psionically charged liquid. This is some real alien stuff.
This is some next level shit.
He tells you that the vision he shared with you in Kacha's tower to help you find and chase down those cranium rats. He explains that every creature, every thinking creature, he's very fond of that phrase when talking about people. He calls them thinking creatures. As though their consciousness is separate from the entity that walks that consciousness around. Every thinking creature has an eye in their mind that is closed. And that most thinking creatures, most civilizations go through their whole lives without ever opening it. And the few who do open it through intense training or scouring of arcane magic are driven mad by what they see with it. He tells you that his people, the Illithids, are blessed by having this eye opened from birth to no ill effect.
And Wendy thinks about all the horrible stuff she's heard about illithids and just kind of like nods but goes like, yeah, that might have had an effect, but sure.
He also tells you about the illithids' aversion to arcane magic, that because they have this natural ability to psionically use magic through this mind's eye, as he described it, the thought of using arcane magic the way that, say, Birdie does, or the way Inkacha did, to study texts and use potions and wands and things, this is seen as abhorrent. It's seen as sacrilegious amongst his people.
That seems foolish. Why not just use both? You have the benefit of having access to one thing. That doesn't mean it needs to be the only thing you focus on.
He tells you that he agrees, but at the same time, it's something you have to be very careful with. He tells you would not grip a sword by the blade.
Alright.
He tells you that you as well, your frail bird people, have this eye in your mind that is closed. And through great risk, and as you recall, he gave you warnings. He called it a burden. But at great risk to yourself, he allowed you for a short time to squint through this eye. That if you learned to open it entirely, it would surely drive you mad as well.
What if it was... if I trained to only open it partially, to mostly keep my vision close in?
So, mechanically, here's what Griagro can do for you.
Yeah.
At level 2, I'm getting on my PHP to make sure that I get this right. Even though I know I'm right, because I'm always right.
Because you're the DM.
Right. And because I've played this character, and I've seen literally every campaign except for... No, nobody when Planescape was either, but... No, at level 2, Warlocks gain the ability to take invocations. One of the invocations they can take is called Devil's Sight,
Okay.
which allows a Warlock to see in magical darkness. Mechanically, what Griagro can do for you is train you in class levels in Warlock. And if you take this invocation at level 2, instead of the ability to see in magical darkness out to 120 feet, it would give you the ability to see with blind sight to 30 feet.
Alright.
This is not necessarily the greatest idea in the world, because you still wouldn't have access to Warlock spells.
Yeah.
You'd have their spell slots. But this is how Griagro could train you. He can train you to be a Warlock of the Great Old One.
Alright. Wendy, we'll keep that in mind.
Adrex, the whole time
Yes, sir.
Griagro and Wendy are having these conversations, some of the things he describes sound horrifying to you. So what is Adrex's, like, what's Adrex trying to get out of Griagro during these conversations? We're coming back around to Birdie and Raazu here in a second, don't worry.
Yeah, no worries. I'm fine with it. This is more interesting of the two, I think.
So, I don't think it's a big surprise when I say Adrex has always been a little bit naive, right?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Nah.
Naive.
But so this whole experience in the Underdark and how he's tried to... He did in his head what he thought was a good thing, like he rescued these humans, and just to hear the humans talk about the concept of others and monsters and being, it's in their nature to do these things, despite the fact that they were rescued and being positives, really, really grated on him the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So what he wants out of... What's his name? Griagro?
Griagro.
Griagro. I'll get the hang of names at some point.
No, you won't.
He wants he doesn't. He wants to be able to convince others who have these predispositions to stop having them.
Mm-hmm.
And if that means having a more silver tongue or whatever, then he's down for that. Because especially with the way Griagro talks is very thoughtful, very considerate, very deliberate, which is very not Adrex. Right? So when it comes to these issues of, well, you've been doing these good things, why are you still an asshole? Adrex wants to win, I guess is a way to put it.
Can I ask a question, Brickroad?
Yeah.
Let me be real clear here, because I can't tell. Are you saying you want to learn how to be more persuasive, or you want to learn dominate person?
Like, is Adrex's option mind control? Is that
You
what
just gotta ask Raazu. Just ask Raazu.
Persuasion. I don't think Adrex has the heart for dominate person. At least not yet.
Because the way
Not
you
yet.
kept talking, I was like, wait a second here.
I think if it keeps going this way, maybe dominate person is more the route Adrex wants to go. But right now, it's just persuasion.
Gregor explains to Adrex that in addition to having an eye in your mind, he says you can think of the mind like a muscle. He asks what would happen if you bound your wrist to your shoulder, bound your arm together so that it was useless, and left it for months and months without swinging your sword, without subjecting it to load. What you imagine would happen to the muscle in your arm.
That sounds terrible. It sounds like I'd lose it.
is he calling Adrex?
I think it's like a really slow, sick burn, yeah.
Well, besides, Adrex is his doctor. He would know. He is Dr. Adrex.
I mean, you're trained in medicine. It would cause the muscles to deteriorate and the arms
Yeah.
to atrophy.
Yeah.
Atrix says it caused the muscles to atrophy. And it's just like, wait, what the fuck?
and undergo necrosis and blah 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 blah.
Then we'd have to cut it and make sure it doesn't spread.
And he tells you, so it is with the mind. The mind becomes stronger the more it is exercised. And there are ways to cause it to atrophy. He tells you you have the strength to bind a person's arms and legs so that they become useless. And the tentacle's on his face, and the tentacle that he has lashed onto his arm, he starts to move them in like a mesmerizing pattern. He tells you that his people are gifted. Holy shit, that was some thunder.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Not raining. Clear blue sky out there. Welcome to Florida. So, he tells you that, yeah, you, Adrex, have the physical strength to bind a person in such a way that their limbs, their muscles could become useless. His people are gifted with ways to make the mind useless. That it can be caused to shrink and atrophy and be retooled for his own purpose. And then you think back to the drow that he dragged around that tower and how he manipulated him like a puppet. How
That
he
was
was able
louder. Wow.
Right?
A couplet.
I might be on fire in a few seconds here, so
Good luck, Brick Road.
allow me a little bit of leeway here. So he tells you the things that you're asking. How to forcibly persuade people to your line of thinking. These are things that can be done. But he finds that the thinking creatures of the sunlit lands especially find these methods to be abhorrent. That the domination of one's mind is considered evil. Whereas he considers it just pragmatism. He asks if there's a particular person that you need to be persuaded of something.
No, nothing comes to mind.
Yeah.
He tells you,
Yep.
should you encounter such a person, and it becomes useful to persuade them to your way of thinking, bring them to me.
Only Julian were still alive.
No, she probably is.
Raazu,
Hey,
what are you doing this 7 days of downtime? So 1
studying
week of downtime.
Moakton.
Oh, you're
Continuing to study Moakton.
studying the language?
Yep.
How much longer do you have before you know that?
I still have 7 more weeks.
7 more weeks.
Yep.
Okay. What is Birdie doing with this time?
I mean, do you have to ask that? Because you know what I'm doing with my time. I'm
I feel like I just asked you, and you're like, "Are you asking that?" Yes, I'm asking that, nerd.
sorry.
I'm gonna drive
Yeah,
to your house too.
No, I'm examining all of the magical items and potions and things that we actually got.
Okay, so you can make 7 checks over the course of this week.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
First, we're going to check the 3 spellstones. Seems like the... Let's see, so we'll do
So
7.
you have Spellstone B, Spellstone C, and Spellstone D. And I know which one is which, if you want to tell me which of the runes you're looking into.
Let's see, we had...
in the Discord chat, it's the first. We're looking at the first one, and then we're just going to work our way down in that order. It's the
first
order
one.
you showed them.
Okay, so
It's the order you showed them to us in.
this is the first of 7 checks. Go ahead and make an Intelligence Arcana check.
All right, that is an 18.
An 18. This is a Spellstone of Legend Lore. And I know you guys haven't had one in a while. So the way the Spellstone works is you can discharge the spell, you can cast the spell using the stone by doing it as a ritual, so it takes 10 minutes. The Spellstone then becomes inert until you spend a long rest to recharge it. So it's basically a once per day Legend Lore, providing you use a long rest every day to recharge this particular stone.
That's rad.
Can we only do they charge on their own, or do you have to do something?
You have to concentrate on them for the long rest to charge them back up.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
If they recharged on their own, they'd basically just be a wand. The idea is that these stones contain the essence of the spell, but they're not very useful in this form. But the rune of the spell is visible on the stone. All right, so day 2.
19.
And you're going to check the second one on this list?
Yes.
19. This is a spell that you will not find in any of the books because I invented it.
Oh no!
The original spell, Do Not Steal. And I'm going to post this in the Discord chat, and I'll let you tell Twitch chat what it is.
Extract rune. First level divination. Casting time 1 action. Consumes 1 oil, potion, or wand, causing the magical residue to coalesce into its component rune.
So you can cast this spell on a wand, potion, or oil that you have in order to get the spell's rune out of it.
Damn it, and we totally blew. I am sad now.
We? Real quick?
Listen.
Are we just going down the list here?
Yes.
All right, this third one, go ahead and make that roll.
19.
That was Spellstone D, by the way, Extract Rune. Spellstone B is Banishment.
That would have been helpful too.
Well, not really, because it takes 10 minutes to cast it using this stone. You got to get it in a more
okay.
useful form first.
Okay.
Like some sort of like rune.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you got 4 more actions to get through.
All right, so next I want to try to, with 1 sip, potion N.
Potion N.
Yeah.
1 fluid
One
motion.
sip. Okay, go ahead and...
With honed reflexes.
So that is a 13 plus any bonuses or negatives for just taking one sip.
+2 gives you a 15, and you needed a 15. It's a potion of clairvoyance. It only gives you the seeing version of the spell.
See,
I don't know how to spell clairvoyance. Help me. Somebody help me.
Basically, you create a little sensor. It kind of works like Arcane Eye, but I don't think it lasts quite as long. And usually you can switch back and forth between seeing and hearing, but with this potion you only get seeing.
I just typed it into chat.
Yeah, okay. And the other one, I don't think we have anything other than Potion O. Is there anything else there that's not identified?
I don't think so, but I'm always... Oh, you guys didn't keep in Koch's wand. Okay. We'll get rid of that.
Yeah,
I'm
so
always
just-
worried that my list is not up to date when it comes to what you've identified and what you haven't. So
Was that an
Potion.
option?
We went back to Brickrow doesn't kiss and tell.
I
Okay,
was
so-
100% shocked when you said you make him. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, nobody's identified Red's oil that he made yet, but I don't know if he still has doses of it or not with which to identify. So
The
might
drow
be off on
poison?
that.
I know he used at least one dose of it, but I don't know. I'm not gonna use his oil without
Yeah.
him here.
Yeah, I don't know how much he still has. But yes, Potion O is the last one I have that's not been identified.
One sip.
One sip from Potion O.
So that is again 13 total roll.
Okay. This is a potion of the spell Divination. It's a pretty basic spell. That one's in your PHB.
Yep.
You've got 2 more actions.
I was going to try and identify the. We have a burned scroll B. You said that we might be able to glean information from it, and I just haven't had a chance to sit down and look at it.
So you can no longer see the rune on this scroll, but you might be able to get the rune
with
extract rune, using it on this kind of burned up scroll.
Okay, well, I'll use extract rune.
This isn't going to take a full long rest action because you're just using the spellstone, but you'd have to use the long rest to recharge the spellstone if you wanted.
We could just call that one of the actions, is the long rest to recharge.
Okay.
Just cause of that. And then the last thing I
Hold
want
on,
to
I
do.
have to make you the rune for this spell, actually.
While you're doing that, I'm like, what do you guys think I should do with the last one? I could. I have Huyan's notes, and that I haven't gone through yet.
I don't know. Go through those. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your character, man. Unless I have like a really good idea.
Now it's raining. Holy crap. It's loud up there. Alright, give me a second to export this rune. I try not to toot my own horn too often, but I'm really proud of the little rune template that I made, so I can just whip these up super easy.
For all we know, you're just making it up. We've never seen this template.
I assure you I'm not.
Who feels like they can trust Brickerhead?
I
I
can't.
guess we're just gonna have to see the template, so you might as well just send it over.
Oh, alright, it's fine.
The template and all the little constituent
Oh, no, I
parts.
did make this one already, because I figured you guys would get this. Okay, so yeah, it's already on my Imgur. On my private Imgur. That's not like
Oh,
my
my.
Imgur that can't be accessed by other people. It's my Imgur that I post pictures of my privates.
So it's your private's imager.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
That's like a friend of mine who has a hashtag on his Tumblr. One is hashtag memes, where he posts bad memes, and then one is hashtag meme, and it solely consists of the one good joke he made. There's just one, because it's just the hashtag meme.
I did make this before. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I did. I didn't upload it. That's what it is. Okay. Cool. Cool.
That was a very dramatic gasp.
Because I'm looking at my Imgur account here to find where it is, and I thought I saw one. I'm like, oh, I made the wrong rune. That's the wrong one. How many other wrong ones have I made? None. I haven't made any that are wrong. It was a different spell I was looking at.
You are perfect and wonderful in every way.
I don't know about that. I made like 10 extremely huge and major errors in this Underdark dungeon.
Well, we didn't notice any of them, so you're.
I don't know. I think I noticed the one that made me go blind. So you should just revert that.
That was an error, but it wasn't my error. So.
Oh, shit.
You tried. You tried.
Nodal, nothing you say or do will ever make me feel bad about you going blind in that dungeon. Alright, so here's the rune you extract. And doing so consumes what's left of the scroll. The scroll now becomes useless, but you have this rune.
Cool.
And that's all you know. You still don't have any idea what the actual scroll did. So that leaves you with one more action, I believe.
What is the, is there any way for me to, try and identify a rune without actually learning the spell?
Not so far as you know.
Okay. The only thing I have left really to look at is Huyan's notes on the stone. So I was just going to spend the last week studying those, see if there's anything new, any new information.
What languages can Birdie read?
Common and Draconic.
Okay.
And Undercommon.
Well, they're written in Draconic, so.
When are you
Basically,
gonna learn
a
the
list of her
comprehend
interactions
languages,
with the stone as far as her attempting to learn the spell, internalize the spell on the stone, which she was unable to do. But she did experiment with the stone a little bit, figuring out how the spell worked by using it on some of her lizardman subordinates, to whom came to no harm under the effects of the spell. Basically, some of what her intentions were with the spell. The goal was, once she was able to cast it without having to use the stone itself, she was going to figure out a way to organize a meeting with Zolog's butchers, with one of the high chieftains, dominate him, and from there take steps to broker peace between the orcs and the lizardmen. She had some ideas on how she was going to accomplish this. One thought, if no other option presented itself, would just be to sabotage the infrastructure from within, have this high-placed chieftain go up 1 or 2 levels and assassinate somebody at the top and cause chaos and cause the whole tribe to come apart. Other ideas were just to make sure that the patrols would leave Shallow Scale alone. There was a lot of planning that was going to go into this that couldn't really be done until she knew the limitations of the spell. And she didn't have time to get that far because a bunch of friggin' adventurers came around, and you know the rest.
Well, she's an idiot, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Known bad idea haver.
So, for next week, like I said, we'll probably do some more downtime stuff. I'll give Red a chance to make sure he gets some in, and we'll find out how much downtime you guys want to take. And our next actual adventure is going to be something about Adrex and Birdie owe this guy in the Feywilds a bunch of treasure from...
Birdie signed nothing.
You did dig a hole in the guy's house, though.
No, I just laid a trap down, like a...
Also,
Yeah,
to be clear,
that's
Brickroad,
not
I
fair.
have written down here under cuisines Birdie has learned, or Wendy has learned, brains. Because you did specifically say Wendy learned how they eat.
That is a thing you did say, Ricker.
So,
You did say that.
the way that illithids eat, it's not it kind of doesn't work the way that you people eat. Like, they don't put the food in their mouth and chew it and swallow it, and then their stomach digests the food. It's more like they suck the essence out of the head, and the essence
Sure.
sustains their physiology.
Sure, but I'm gonna just do some fusion cooking.
Oh, okay.
So how do
You
you?
You mean to tell me they don't actually pop the brain out, smear it in barbecue sauce, and throw it in their mouth? I'm shocked.
Well, we're not gonna believe that because he specifically had us collect a bunch of squirrel brains.
Oh, all kinds of creatures, not just squirrels. There's your straw poll for the week, guys. Go ahead and place that there. Knowing what we now know, let me kind of clean out my magic item list here, since we have a couple extra minutes before we've got to start doing blip rundowns and things.
Yeah.
I want to just kind of clean up the magic item list here. Who took the arrows from the featherweed sack?
I have them.
Yeah,
Birdie.
I let Birdie have them.
Okay, Mark
Birdie, I'm
Birdie's-
just gonna take. How many were there?
There was 8.
I'm gonna take 2 of them if you're okay with that, just in case.
I mean, I don't care. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, just in case, I'll take 2.
Okay, some of the stuff that you guys haven't found in old dungeons, I'm just going to delete off the lists because I don't think
You could
there's
just give
any,
it to us.
I don't think there's any chance of you guys going back and scouring old dungeons anyway.
There's
Just
that brick
drop
road.
Drop a treasure chest right in front of us with all the stuff.
You could do like World of Warcraft and just send it to us in the mail.
Oh, like some Guild Wars?
If you miss an item, they just mail it to you.
That's a great idea, and I think Brick Road should start doing it.
All right.
Or
so-
you could like say you mailed it to us and then say, "Oh no, sorry, I went to the front door, but it was closed, so I couldn't."
Yeah.
But no, I pasted the party loot sheet in the thing, and it's up to date. I just
Okay,
it's
I'm just going to go
up
verbally down with it what I have on my end and make sure that everybody's on the same
Yeah,
page.
it's
Make
fine.
sure everybody knows the same stuff. So oil D, Red has that, and it's not been identified.
correct.
It's
He's used it, but it
Uh,
hasn't actually been formally identified
Radiant
yet.
Mortal we have in our notes.
Oil E was Adrex had that and he used it.
Correct.
Yeah.
To great effect.
Okay.
That rug had no idea what was coming to it.
Adrex is still carrying potion B, which has not yet been used.
Potion of Enthrall.
Of
Yeah.
Enthrall, okay? Nobody, you guys didn't take potion E.
Yes, did not allow Birdie
Okay.
back in time, whatever that means.
Adrex has potion F, which has
Yes.
not been identified and not been used.
It's
Nope.
potion of growth.
Growth,
Okay, so
yeah.
you have identified that.
Colorless liquid with drop of blood.
Okay.
Of large.
Birdie is carrying potion G.
Correct. It's we haven't formally identified it, but we do. Like we were told, it's a potion of protection of cold.
Okay. Potion H got broken.
But we knew what it was. So.
YW.
What was Potion H?
Spider climb.
Spider climb.
Potion J got used this week.
That was potion of arcane eye.
Yeah.
Windy is carrying potion K.
Yes.
Which is contagion.
Spelled weird. Contagion.
That's weird. Why am I carrying that?
Okay, potion
So
L
you
and
could-
M you guys didn't find.
I gave it to you before you could punch magically, in case you.
Oh, okay. You can have that back if you want it.
I mean,
Like you have more need for magic than I do.
So who's taking potion K?
I'll take it back, I guess.
Birdie? Okay. Birdie has potions N and O, both of which were identified today. Scroll B was consumed today by the extract rune ritual, but you still don't know what it is. So I guess on your sheet where you're marking down where you know that rune, just go ahead and identify it as scroll B, even though it's not actually a scroll anymore. Like put an asterisk there. That's how I'm keeping track of it on my sheet. I still know it is scroll B, which means you guys must have been carrying that. Yeah, you got that from that Wyvern Rider. All right, so scroll C, Birdie, you have that, yes?
Yes, Earth Tremor.
Earth Tremor. You also have scrolls E and F.
Scatter and Spiritual Weapon.
You have all three of the spellstones.
Correct.
You have Wand A, which you used your last charge on today.
Oh no.
His spiritual weapon is good.
Nodal, you just broke up, Nodal.
Oh yeah, I heard myself.
You have wands C, D, and E.
Water breathing. Create
Nice.
water. Mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is the wand of Flame Arrow now useless?
It doesn't have any charges. You don't know anything beyond that.
Okay, I'll hold
And-
on to it.
Brick, can we, if it doesn't have any charges, can we burn it with Get Sigil or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's kind of the function of a wand that has no more charges in it.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. Do you have any such items listed on the sheet that I haven't mentioned? Because that's the end of my list.
I think we're good.
I
At least
don't think-
I'm good.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume this means that the orc shit that I've been carrying around forever is not in fact magical.
You can assume that if you want. You can assume
Oh,
all kinds of
right.
things.
We have legend lore now. That might help.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go dark for a minute while I tally up some experience.
Blip time.
Yeah, think about your blips. I'll be back in a few minutes.
So who's creative today?
It was holding me up to the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Adrex
thought
had a
that was
pretty yeah. Adrex, that was a good idea.
Just holding me up to the hole where I can't get away.
What? All right.
So who furthered the party's goals today? I mean, as far as like putting all that together, like the logistics of getting these humans out and getting the Illithid to come along and being mostly amenable to it, I'm totally down to give Wendy for that because Wendy seemed to most push to the party's goals there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think. Listen, this has been the first session in a while that Birdie has been here that he has not been actively detrimental, and I'm willing to give him a helpful to the party blip for that.
For not being absolutely detrimental. Yeah, I'm okay
Sure.
with that.
He didn't build traps that we eventually fell into.
Did not burn traps that we fell into. Didn't try to murder us very hard.
And when he was being belligerent, he was technically under magical influence.
And the couple of times that he wasn't under magical influences, he had a pretty reasonable argument.
Mhm.
Being
Okay.
belligerent for a sane reason.
So who's badass today?
I thought Raazu almost took out most of the party.
Yeah.
I mean, you did. Wendy did hit the
I was thinking,
for like 50 points of damage.
yeah, made that fight a little more trivial than it should have been.
Oh, Inkacha. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got lucky because I leveled dungeon, which gave me an extra second level spell slot, which allowed me to be able to out at once. But yeah. All right, so intangibles. Intangible today.
Who didn't get one?
I think it was
Don't
Wendy.
worry about it. I say we give it to.
See, we gave one to Birdie, we gave one to Adrex, gave one to Raazu. What-
I'm good. Listen, I'm gonna get mine. I wrote down some stuff.
Okay.
I say we give it to. I kind of want to give it to Adrex for having threatened to eat another race.
Yeah.
I want to see how many he can get to.
It's an achievement. When you reach 10, it's a hidden achievement.
Okay. Yeah,
when
no,
you reach 10, you get eaten by a dragon. It's ironic.
Who gets eaten by a dragon?
Oh, Adrex.
Oh yeah, I'm down. That's fine. All right, let's give out some experience here. For the enchanted rug that you guys slew very, very quickly.
Check it out.
76 experience points for each of you.
76.
For the souped up banshee that was Inkacha's ghost, 275 experience apiece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm awarding everybody 1 blip for safely getting the survivors out of the Underdark.
366 for the... because I didn't spend any today.
And we'll start with Raazu. I'm giving you your aspects. When your anger is roused, you have trouble thinking straight. You fear you might do something you regret. For whipping Birdie to unconsciousness and then coming to your senses and healing him.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's about all I got today. I mean, I can't really think of any.
Fine. Windy.
Uh-huh.
Giving you your ideal. Learning new things is never wasted for your time spent learning from Griagro. What else you got?
I got... Wait, how does that work? Fair warning, I will be saying this anytime you tell me several times, are you sure you want to do that? And then I say, hell yeah, I'd want to do that.
So what is it this
And
week?
This week it's for reaching my hand in to open up the secret latch. And then I have in here, in parentheses, even told multiple times if I was sure. And then I have here monastic tradition redirection, which is for, like, after the first time when Raazu opened it up and everything went real bad. I feel like Wendy did her best to kind of put together the party in such a way as to fix this. Like, got everyone doing the thing that they were best at.
Give me an example of that this week.
That was Adrex holding up Birdie to be able to... Birdie putting in the wand, because that let Birdie feel like he got his turn to, like, essentially use the magic item. Adrex got to hold up Birdie and, like, hold on to him, make sure he didn't hurt himself or him. And Raazu was able to grab the wand out of Birdie's hands.
That encounter did go a little bit Benny Hill on us. It was very entertaining for me.
And I feel like without a good use of everyone's abilities, it could have gone way worse.
All right. Adrex.
Yes, sir.
I'm giving you your ideal. It is my responsibility to bring out the good in people. For your interactions with Griagro, when faced with this actual monster who eats brains and enslaves people's minds, and you're thinking, I can bring out the good in this guy, no problem. We need to get over our prejudices, etc. I'm also giving you your bond. My cool friends and I are making the world a better place. I need to make sure they don't get carried away. Specifically for your role in keeping Raazu and Birdie under wraps when they were trying to abscond with the magic wand.
Okay, see, I thought that was going to go a different way. I thought you were going to say for literally carrying Birdie.
That's what I thought too.
Well, Adrex was also instrumental in getting the wand away from Raazu when she was trying to hold on to it. So
Yeah.
Adrex, what else you got for me?
Aspect, signature style, energetic. He coated this ghost-killing oil, this sword with this ghost-killing oil, and he immediately blew it on the wild carpet.
That was pretty good.
Like, oh my god, this carpet is crazy!
Oh, don't think we didn't pay attention to that. Mr. No longer holding potions.
Yeah.
It's like, Adrex, we would have preferred you put it on your salad.
Kind of want to change his alignment belief a little bit
Okay.
after this session, because everyone tries to be good, laws are weird and confusing and can be manipulated.
Okay.
It's really more now. Everybody tries to be good. People who don't see it that way are dumb.
Nice. Good writing.
And so he thinks Griagro was trying to be good.
Yes.
And I mean, does this
Absolutely.
also apply to people like in Kacha and like that little goblin that you found?
No, it does not apply to. Doesn't apply to the goblin. It doesn't apply to Huion. It doesn't apply to that.
So it's not everyone tries to be good.
Well, yeah, but from
Everyone
Adrex's point of view,
Everyone should try.
Every-
And he's gonna use mind control to make it that way.
Not yet.
Everyone will be good.
Birdie,
Yeah.
I have your ideal. The accumulation of magical knowledge is something that makes me most useful to my tribe. I'm giving you that blip for just identifying all the stuff. Making sure
Yeah.
all your magical equipment was carefully identified and safely put in your pack.
Now I don't have absolutely everything. Yet.
Almost. It's very close. You got anything else?
No, that's what I was gonna do. Not for that reason, but that's what I was gonna.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. And I already awarded everybody their extra blip. We give one blip for the most creative solution in the session.
Creativity goes to, I think we said Adrex.
For holding
Me.
Birdie to the hole.
Yeah.
Who furthered the party's goals the most this session?
We said Birdie for going a whole 100% 4 hours without endangering or being the detriment to his party.
That's saying a lot about Birdie. Yeah, he did. He made it the whole session. Well, there was
The
a
whole
time when he
session.
grabbed the wand and yelled "mine" and tried to run away.
That wasn't his fault.
That wasn't his
fault.
He did it like 9 times.
It's
Not
true,
on him.
but it's not his fault.
We give one blip for being the badass.
Raazu for taking the teeth out of that Banshee fight.
One blip for intangibles.
We gave that one to Adrex for another notch on his chopsticks of threatening to eat every single race on this earth.
All right, and our straw poll this week goes to Wendy.
God damn you people. I'm doing my best.
So, Raazu, you're walking away with, it looks like 2 blips this week.
Sure.
Wendy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Adrix, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
Birdie
What about
gets.
for the live journal? No.
No, give it to
Not
him.
good.
He drew that picture and I shared it with like 3 friends.
We'll see if you're still excited about this live journal next week, or if it gets boring. We'll see where it goes.
All right.
I have it bookmarked. I control D that shit.
Might get some retroactive.
Birdie, I've got 2 blips for you. And then everybody gets 1
3,
blip
'cause
on top of that because
Oh,
of
okay.
completing the adventure.
Oh, okay, so that 366 as well.
Blips
So-
are currently worth.
Is that one for completing the adventure the one we get for getting everybody out in the Underdark?
Yes, for safely getting out of the Underdark. I mean, I had an encounter planned to get out of the Underdark, but I was kind of ready to get out of the Underdark. So
The numbers you told us, like the added up numbers, was that with or without the extra one?
without.
Okay.
So I think Wendy, you got a full, or Adrix, I think he got a full 6.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, blips are worth 366 if you're rolling them over.
And it's 76 and 275 were the other ones, right?
76 experience for the rug, 275
Right.
experience for the Banshee.
Got it.
I souped that Banshee up too. I gave her all kinds of crazy shit. I didn't increase the amount of experience she gave. I just
No, why would you do something like that?
I gave her the ability to recharge her whale, and I gave
her
chill
2
touch.
sharpshooter arrows.
Yeah, you did. So
and Raazu
it was a
put
give
2
and take
level 2
encounter.
spell slots. Raazu put 2 level 2 spell slots in her. That shut her up.
All right, so next adventure. I don't know if we'll actually start the next adventure next week. We might take. It depends on how long downtime goes. I'll have some filler encounters in case we need them. But the next adventure, I'm actually running something out of Storm King's Thunder because
Neat.
it was just like it's a great adventure module. I don't usually read the adventure paths because I'm usually not running them, but I do have this one and I read it, and I think it's phenomenal. And there's one adventure in particular that it would be a crime not to run it for you guys. So I hope everybody looks forward to that.
I will not be here next week. I have a.
Am I ever going to have all of 5 of my players together again?
Nope.
No.
Never. Are we just going to
When it
rotate
starts-
everybody's out?
Yeah, when it starts, when it looks like there might be 5 of them, I'm just gonna take the week off.
Nice
Like,
free week.
I'm gonna take this week off.
Adrex free
Nothing to
weekend.
do about it.
No, but you don't have to worry about Raazu whipping anybody next.
I already
You
wasn't
give
worried about it.
Adrex.
Like,
Birdie
You
is
give
now.
Adrex your whip in
You're whipping. You're whipping.
in the week that you're not here.
No.
all right, that's
I
going to do
don't
it for us,
trust you
guys.
not-
Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. And we'll be
You
back
got it.
next Sunday.
Peace.
I'll be back
See ya.
tomorrow, but not with D&D, with some other stupid game I'm playing.
Flannel Fantasy 8.